I started this channel in April of 2023 for a lot of reasons, but the main one was to have a place to share my love of wholesome and cozy games with a community of like-minded people. And I'm so honored by how many of you have watched, subscribed, commented, and come along on this journey with me. Through this channel, I've played so many games that I'm not sure I would have otherwise picked up for myself, and I've really liked pretty much all of them. But with 2023 coming to a close, I thought it was a great time to take a look back at the 5 games that we played here on the channel that really stuck out to me. What game did you play this year that fully has your heart? Let me know down in the comments because I'm dying to know. Now without further ado, let's get started with number 5. Venba really surprised me. I picked it up because I thought the art style was really cool and it's a cooking puzzle game which combines two things that I love very much. I wasn't expecting the story to hit as hard as it did though. The game centers around the titular Venba and her husband who emigrated to Canada from India, and tells the story of their lives from Venba being pregnant with their son all the way to him being a grown adult. Look, I'm a white guy born in the US, so the story could not be further outside of my personal experience, and I love that. I think that games, movies, TV, books, anything that gives us the ability to have a perspective outside of ourselves and what we've always known is so important and really, really good for us as people. Venba's was a story of family and culture told through food. It was so wonderful to experience. It was moving and thought-provoking, and the puzzles were simple but rewarding. I definitely recommend checking this one out. If you've been around the channel, then you know I love a good puzzle game, and I've played a few here. But Terra Nil definitely takes a spot as one of my favorites. In Terra Nil, you're presented with a map centered on different biomes of a dead planet, and you're tasked with bringing it back to life. You're giving resources and various buildings to help you accomplish your task, which gets much more complicated as you progress through the regions. The best thing about Terra Nil is how satisfying it is to watch the color and life start to return. It really gives you that sense of accomplishment. The graphics are not my favorite, I'll be honest. It's not really a secret that pixel art doesn't tend to be something I really enjoy. That said, I think this is relatively well done pixel art, and the fact that I'm not wild about the look but still willing to have it on my top 5 list I think says a lot. There's a decent level of strategy involved, but I wouldn't say the game is too difficult, although I'm told that eventually you unlock a harder mode if that's your thing. But if you want a puzzle game that's relaxing and relatively light and cozy, then I definitely think this is a good choice. Maybe we should come back to this one on the channel too. In Planet of Lana, you play as Lana, a young girl whose town is invaded by alien machines who kidnap everyone, including your sister. You manage to evade capture to set off on a journey to save her and the townsfolk, aided by a very cute cat-like alien creature? I'm still not 100% sure, honestly. Planet of Lana is a story game like Venba, but it's a side-scrolling platform puzzle game. The puzzles are largely about stealth and timing, and quite a few of them really made me have to take my time and think about how to accomplish my goals. It was really fun and rewarding once I got the timing, and sometimes I felt really clever when I figured out the route. Visually, Planet of Lana is stunning. Such a beautiful game to look at. It has an almost watercolor feeling to it and so much depth considering it's a side-scroller. The story was well written, especially considering everyone spoke a different language that I don't think actually exists. But the emotion still came through. I won't spoil too much, but there's a scene where you're running along through the desert while a song plays, and that's all there is. Just the song and running, but it will genuinely stick with me forever. So good. The game that really shot my channel forward by a lot has to be Panorama. That's not the only reason it's number 2 on my list, but it does help, that's for sure. Panorama is a tile-placing city builder a la Dwarf Romantic. It has a very cute style and soothing music as the background placing hex tiles on a grid. That's it. There are no complexities or anything that takes ages to learn, you just start placing tiles and watch your city come to life. That's not to say that there aren't little ways you can try to optimize, and you do certainly need to pay attention to what you're doing as your map gets larger, but it's easily one of the most simple and soothing games I've ever played. Sometimes simplicity can come at the expense of being rewarding, but every time you complete a new building or get a big score from a decision you made and a bunch of new tiles flood your hand is such a lovely little boost that keeps you wanting more. Panorama is absolutely one of my go-to stress relieving games, and I think you should give it a go if you haven't yet. Before we get to number 1, I want to say thank you one more time for everybody who has supported the channel this first 8 months that I've been on the platform. It somehow feels simultaneously like I've been here more and less time, if that's possible or makes any sense. And I can't believe that we're over 550 subscribers. You really don't know how much I appreciate it. If you like cozy game content like this and you're not already subscribed, then please click the subscribe button to follow along with me. Your subscription will also really help me hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers by my first anniversary this coming April. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Now let's get to my favorite game of the year. Surprising to probably no one, my favorite game on the channel of 2023 is Coral Island. I mean, what can I even say about this one? Coral Island is the first game I played here all the way back in April when it was still in early access. In fact, it's the game that made me finally decide I wanted to give YouTube a chance, and I'm so glad I did. I haven't played that much of 1.0 on the channel, but I have continued playing it on my own, and there is no other game right now that I find as cozy and relaxing. Don't get me wrong, it's got some issues and there are things that still need to be fleshed out, but the dev team has been amazingly responsive, quick, and they are vocal about their plans moving forward, so I have all the faith in the world that Coral Island will continue to be a really great game for years to come. This is another one where the art style really carries it for me. The gameplay is familiar, which isn't a bad thing, but what sets it apart is the character art, the setting, and the themes that it brings with it. It's diverse, and the characters have some depth, which really helps to add to otherwise potentially repetitive nature of farm and life sim games like this. All of the hallmarks of the genre are still there, however, from farming to mining, fishing to crafting, bug catching to town festivals, there's always something to do. Progression is also super rewarding as you unlock new areas of the island, meet new characters, and see the island change as you clean up the ocean floor. I honestly can't recommend this game more if you need something cozy for the winter ahead. Also, as a quick aside, it plays great on Steam Deck and is perfect for laying on the couch. And there you have it, my top 5 games that we played on the channel in 2023. I kinda can't believe that we're at the end of the year in which I started my channel. I'm looking forward to so many more great games in 2024 and continuing to grow the channel alongside you. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart to everyone who has watched, subscribed, commented, liked, and been along for the ride. I'm really so glad you're here. I'll see you again here on the channel really soon. And until then, take care of yourself and Happy New Year. Bye.